new face. He's one of the hottest rookies out in the K-pop scene at the moment. He creates his own music. He's a mastermind. He's a genius. And we have Sam Kim in the studio. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So please give a shout out to our listeners around the world.
What's up, Our Young Radio? It's me, Sam Kim, back. I think I was here 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thank you.
All right. So, because it's the first time on my program, I actually have, I don't know if an hour is going to be enough for us today because I have a lot of questions. So first things first, you're in American age, you're now about to be officially an adult, right?
Almost, yes. I just turned 18 this year. So next year I will be 19.
Officially an adult in the States?
Yes, I will be.
But let's kind of go back to a few years ago because that's when you kind of came to Korea. So was the trip to Korea your first? So with the audition program, was that your first trip ever?
So that's what I did say.
Okay.
And that's what I did say that. And later on, my aunt told me that was a complete lie. Apparently, when I was super young, a baby, I've been to Korea a few times. But of course, in my memory, it was my first.
Okay. So, all right. So technically, it was your first because you don't remember.
Technically, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, I know that you did a lot of covers and you did your own YouTube channel when you were in the States. So, I mean, so you were already into music. But, I mean, doing, just fiddling around with your guitar, posting covers and doing your own thing. But actually auditioning for something is completely different. So what pushed you or inspired you to audition?
An email from the K-pop star staff. That's pretty much, that's how far, yes. That's my inspiration.
Okay. So they emailed you first.
They did. They saw the little videos and covers that I uploaded on social media, and they thought I was like, oh, he's talented. Okay, so let's fly him out to Korea, or let's ask him to audition for the show. So that's how everything kind of started.
Okay. Now, when did this thing start? Because I know that you said on the program with your CEO that a girl inspired you to learn the guitar.
Oh, my goodness.
I stalk my guests before they come on my show. So I pretty much know the answers to the questions that I'm asking you.
Then why ask? Why ask, girl?
Well, my listeners need to know. They might not stalk you as much as I have. You learned the guitar, but I mean, were you interested in singing or this whole music thing before that?
So there were no thoughts of becoming an artist or a musician in general. It'd be kind of weird for a 15, 16-year-old guy to think so far ahead in his life. But at that time, I was just going to study and try to go to a good college, and just like my mom wanted me to become a doctor or something. Asian parents.
Typical Korean parents.
Yep. But that thought kind of went into my head after K-pop star. So I got second place on the Korean equivalent of American Idol, pretty much. Yeah, and after that, that's when the thoughts of becoming an artist started creeping in my head. So yeah.
Okay. So before then, it was just kind of like, let's just try this thing out. Okay. Now, the reason I keep asking this is because your vocals are not something we see on normal 14, 15, 16-year-olds. And I mean, typical Asian growing up in, the States, most parents do send their kids to church. So were you like on praise team or anything?
Actually, yes, I was.
Okay.
I was. So growing up in the church, I definitely loved, gospel, and I loved the Korean hymns, when you do, oh yeah. Yeah. And so, yes, I did grow up in the praise team.
Okay. So it wasn't, when you picked up the guitar, it wasn't awkward, I would have to say.
At first, I was always in the perspective of the person in the crowd singing along with the praise team.
Okay.
So I would always look at the lead guitarist and be intrigued by the different chords and Yep. And so I would always bug him and ask him, like, what's that chord? Why does this make this kind of sound? And he'd always push me off. So look at me now, huh?
Look at me now. But I mean, and this actually inspired me because I was interviewing a lot of guitarists who kind of self-taught themselves, and they're just like, it's just something that you do. I don't think I have the patience to teach myself to do it, honestly. Last year I got my guitar, did it for about I think a maximum of 6 months. As soon as I started graduating into barcodes, not my cup of tea. Because my fingers already hurt, and now like my whole finger was hurting, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. So, I mean, you self-taught?
Yes, self-taught.
Now, I know that you pretty much didn't know a lot of the chords, not a lot of the sheet music. You just kind of listened to it.
Kind of, yes, that's exactly what happened. So, just like you, I kind of, at around the 6-7 month mark, my fingers were like bleeding, they were hurting. I just wanted to give up because it was at that point I was only playing basic chords,
yeah,
like
exactly.
D, G, F, C. It got boring. So around the 6-7 month mark, instead of giving up like I wanted to, I started diving deeper into the jazz, fusion, blues kind of chords. And I feel like that's where my playing style kind of developed.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'm really curious because during the program, I did watch the season, and I know that JYP had these heart-filled eyes for you the entire season, especially when you do a lot of his covers.
I did.
You could see how he just fell in love with you every time you sang the song. So choosing your label, I mean, how did that kind of all play out?
If I remember correctly, the first episode, the first time I ever went out and met the 3 judges, JYP did not like me at all. In fact, he called me Amos because the song I sang on that day was Sweet Pea by Amos Lee. And so he looked at that and mistook me as Amos Lee. And so to my memory, he didn't like me very much. But on the other hand, Yuya, judge, he really liked me and he saw my potential. So that's why I kind of, ever since the first day he saw what I could do, he saw what he could make me into. So I just kind of trusted him and went with him.
Okay. So, I mean, the experience itself was probably nerve-wracking because they keep putting you in a audition mindset for like weeks on end.
Exactly.
It's a constant competition. They make you do interviews. There's no sleep. You don't know what you're doing. You can't speak the language. So what was it like?
It was almost like, the other Korean boys I would befriend and, just hang out with during the show. They compared it to the Korean army. 군대.
Are you serious?
I'm not even joking.
So the ones that have gone to the army and
they'd be like, this
that.
is almost, I could say this is worse than the Korean army.
Oh my dear Lord. Okay. So, I mean, what kind of kept you going though? Because, I mean, you got up into the finals. I mean, that in itself would be straining
Somehow,
as it
yes,
is.
I did get up there.
I mean, I know that because they kind of make you focus on the songs, it's just kind of like focus on what's at hand, and you kind of just end up doing a few weeks of it. But I mean, once your parents start coming to the live shows and everything, it does kind of play with your emotions. So how did you kind of be professional, even though you weren't technically a professional at the time?
At the time, I was just rolling with the punches, honestly. I had no idea how big of a deal everything really was.
Okay.
So I couldn't really process everything that was happening. Okay, so you're gonna go on TV in like 5 minutes. So how do you feel? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna sing and then get off.
Let's just hope I don't mess up today. Okay.
But it was a lot of fun, definitely.
Okay.
I met a lot of new people, a lot of talented musicians, and I feel like I learned a lot from that experience.
Okay. Now, I did get a chance to see a few of the preview teasers before you made your official debut.
Yes.
And one thing that I really do, and I complimented this with a lot of people around me, was I'm glad that you chose your CEO. And the reason is because I feel that he gave you a lot of freedom to just do what you wanted to do.
Definitely. In fact, he really pushed me in a situation where I had to do what I want to do. Otherwise, there'd be no product. He insisted on me writing my own music from the get-go.
From day one.
Yep, he just kind of cornered me and said, okay, if you're not going to write your own songs, there's no point for a guy like you to debut.
Okay.
So write your own music. And I was like,
okay.
All right. Let's
see what happens.
We can do it. And that's kind of how I developed into a songwriter, because I never had like a notion to write music.
Okay.
I just went into this label thinking, oh, I'm just going to get music and I'm going to try my best to follow what they want from me. But yeah, that's how it happened.
So he kind of cornered you in a room, you know, you're living in Korea. But that's what I think, and I'm glad that he did that, because from track 1 through the entire album, it kind of feels like I'm reading your diary.
I do take songwriting as a venting kind of, like a catharsis kind of thing. Lots of purging of emotions into the
song. And I think that's why the second song you're going to be singing for us today was a song that your CEO said that you wanted to throw away.
I did. I wanted to throw this away because I felt like it was too personal.
Okay.
I was honestly a little embarrassed to show people because it's so intimate and kind of personal. It's about my mom and my parents and the love I have for them. So I just thought this would be good to not show.
Okay.
But he ended up really liking it.
Okay.
Graciously.
Okay. Now you talk about, you have siblings?
I do, yes.
How many?
2.
So you're the oldest?
I am, yes.
Oh my. What do your siblings take on this whole thing that's happening?
I'm so sorry. Okay, yes. My siblings, oh my goodness. Those dorks. What am I doing? I'm so sorry.
What's the age gap between you?
The age gap would be about, let me see, 3-4 years. I forgot how old they were. That's how they both act like they're 6. So I have no clue as to. I think so my youngest is my brother, and the second is my sister. So I believe they're about 12 and 14 now, if I remember correctly.
Okay. They are your siblings, right?
Yes, yes, they are.
Okay.
The fact that we had to pick them up from the garbage is a completely different story, but yes, they are my siblings.
Treating them as true siblings.
Yes.
So let's kind of talk about your lead single, because you are going to be singing it for us.
Yes.
We have a lot more questions to ask you. I really don't think I'm going to have enough time to ask you all the questions that I have for you for today. But let's talk about the first song. Crush featured on the track. I know that you seem to really love his music these days. Were you the one that reached out to him, or was this a whole business?
This was actually my CEO, Yoo Hyungnim, actually organized this for me.
Whoa.
So he listened to my song, and at first, I'm not really a rapper, so when I wrote the song, there was no rap part.
Okay.
But he listened to it, and he was like, okay, I want there to be a rap in this song. And I just kind of followed his direction. And one day, Crush was at the Crush was just at the studio, and I was like, oh, hi. How you doing? I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, but that's how it came to be with working with him.
Okay. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about the song. Like, how did this kind of come out?
So this song, at one point after I started writing songs, just at one point I started to kind of close myself off in this very dark room. And that's how I started writing music. Okay. Kind of. And that's where I would jam with myself. And one day I came up with that riff, the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I thought that was really funky. And prior to that day, I was on social media, and one of my friends said, no nunchi. And I thought that was super, that clung on to me. Okay. And so I just started jamming, and I started singing, no nunchi, da-da, no nunchi. And that's how the song came to be. Whoa.
All right. The greatest things come from the most simple ideas.
Yep.
All right. Well, I know that you need to get your guitar and get ready. So
let's do it.
We've got Sam Kim in the studio. It's the first time here on K-Poppin, and he's going to be singing his lead single from his debut album, which is No Nunchi No Sense. So I'm ready when you are.
Awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
Wow. All right. It's my own private concert today. This is what I love about my job. Okay, so we got Sam Kim in the studio. He just sang for us live, No Nunchi, which is a lead single off of his debut album. Now, Sam, I'm going to probably freak you out just a little bit. I'm going to be
Bring it on.
The third degree on you because we're going to be putting you through our yes or no speed question
Let's
time.
Do it. I'm ready.
You're gonna have to answer yes or no as fast as possible. To explain yourself, I'll see how you answer, and then we'll see if you can explain yourself or not. I'm joking.
Let's do it.
So first question. A lot of people have noted that you have dropped just a few pounds here and there.
Did it start?
Yes, it's starting. So when I wake up in the morning, I think I look good.
Yes. Okay. What? Huh? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait, what? Next question. All right. Sometimes I listen to my own recordings and I think, oh my goodness, I think it's the best song ever.
Yes.
Okay. There is a girl group member I would like to collaborate with.
No.
Okay. There's a musician I would like to collaborate with.
Yes.
Okay. Now you did tell me how you came up with no sense, but this is actually a true story about my personal life.
Is it?
No. You.
Wait. You asking me?
Yes, you.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Do you have your own personal jinx when it comes to singing?
No.
Okay. There's a way that I get rid of all the stress that I have in my life.
Yes.
Okay. I've dated more than 5 times.
No.
Okay. When it comes to ideal types, I think that the more girly, ladylike Suti is my type.
No.
Okay. When it comes to this is going by faster than I thought. I like to say that I look at a girl's eyes first when it comes to the opposite sex.
Yes.
Okay. If I like a girl, I tell her.
Yes. I think.
When I break up with somebody or they break up with me, it takes a while for me to kind of get out of that state.
No.
Okay. I kind of bottle things up personality-wise, so I hold grudges.
Oh.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. There are K-pop celebrities, not from the season, but just celebrities, at least 3 that I can really sit down and say that they're my friends. I can really just open up to them.
During the K-pop star season?
No, just celebrities.
In general.
Yeah.
Celebrities. Sadly, no.
Okay.
Aw, I'm sad now.
Okay. So going back, you think you're good looking when you look in the mirror.
Maybe I answered that a little too fast with too much confidence.
Maybe.
You know, my theory is if I don't love myself, who will?
Of course. But it's
That's the worst excuse. Oh my goodness.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You will be surprised how many people in this world today do not love themselves.
Oh man.
Yes.
You know what? Yep. You gotta love yourself. You
exactly. Exactly. Now the weight loss. I know that it wasn't like let's lose weight overnight type of a thing.
Yep.
So I mean, was there anything that you did in particular like special to do?
Special. You know what? I'm gonna be honest and say I did Google a lot on how to lose weight, and you know, a lot of people have, and the answers are always the same. Like spicy lemonade detox, green tea. You know, all this stuff. I tried everything, girl.
Oh, no.
Everything.
Oh no.
All that is fine and dandy, but I feel like the best way to lose weight is just to stick with a healthy diet. And that's not what people want to hear because they want like a shortcut.
Exactly.
I started, I don't have a lot of willpower. So I started with simple workouts, walking 15 minutes.
Okay.
Everybody can walk 15 minutes. Yeah. And you don't have to cut out everything. You can eat a chocolate sometimes. So sticking with this kind of diet for, let's say, a week at first, I feel like that's the best way to lose weight. Okay.
All right. Yeah, because I know that you said in an interview, it wasn't something that you did like just because of the comeback. It took you a few years to to just kind of fix what you were not really paying attention to.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
Yeah, like cut out the bag of chips that you thought were nice and cool to, enjoy when you're watching a movie to something healthier.
Yep.
Okay. Now you said that there was a girl group that you'd like to collaborate with, but there's a musician that you'd like to collaborate with.
Yes.
So who's this musician?
This musician would be Dean. Dean?
Really?
Yes. I am absolutely... Every single radio show I've been out, I have been pushing this. I am such a big fan of Dean.
Oh, you and I have very similar taste in music.
Girl.
Crush Dean.
Yeah. What's up?
Babylon.
Yes.
All those but you have a very sexy vocal too. So I mean, is this like sexy vocals like just like, you know, they're like magnets, they just gravitate towards each other?
Do I have a sexy voice?
You do.
I don't.
You do.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
So Dean, but I mean, let's think a little bit more globally.
Globally.
I mean, because Missy Elliott, all these other artists are collaborating with like, you know, Korean singers.
Yeah.
So I mean, think big.
I would, oh man, just
top of your head.
Top of my head, Drake.
All right. There we go.
I love his music.
There we go.
Definitely.
So your songs are all you, and so Don't See is kind of, you just said it yourself. It was your story. So there was a girl that just didn't, what? Wait, what?
Yes, a girl that I used to date. I don't know if she, because I mean, okay, I'm in a corner now.
No,
yes.
I'm not going to make you like tell me all the juicy details. If you want to, you can.
So this story, actually, this song, it was not only from personal experience, but a lot of my guy friends as well. You know, a lot of people when they're in a relationship, sometimes they feel like, okay, you don't understand me, and I don't understand you sometimes. Why are you acting like this? One point in the song, I say, okay, I mean, just tell me if you're mad, or don't show me that you're mad at all. Like, why? If I ask you if you're okay and you're not okay, but you say you're okay, what do you want me to do?
Typical girls. We are complicated.
Girl, you better get it straight.
Yeah,
girl.
we are complicated. When we say no, it doesn't mean no. It means yes and no, but maybe, yeah, we are complicated. So you have ways to get rid of stress, and what would that be?
That would be through exercise or songwriting.
Exercise. This is something I don't get. How do people use exercise to like de-stress?
What? Okay, so there's this, you know that feeling when you exercise and you want to die? That's a really great stress reliever, I feel like. Just to know that you're alive. To push yourself to know that you're alive. Okay, so Ideal Type came out. So you said that Suji's not really your type. So what would be your ideal type? Oh, you said Suji. Yeah. I didn't know what you said. I said Suji. Is Suji my type? Yeah. I think she's very beautiful, yes. No, ideal type. Ideal type. Yeah. I wouldn't say that, no. So we're back to where we started. I'm sorry. Yeah, ideal type. So what would be your ideal type? My ideal type. You know what, though? I love all women. Okay. I love all women. Okay. So. Yeah, you said that in an interview with your CEO. I did. You said, I think you said exactly, 여자 좋아합니다. I like girls. So, yeah, I think the next album is probably going to be like, you know, how to get your number, why you don't pick up. You don't pick up, exactly, yeah. Those kind of titles for the next album. All right, now, when it comes to, you say you like to say that you look at eyes first. Is this true, or is it you just try to look at their eyes first? What else would I look at? I don't know what you're talking about. There's other assets you could be looking at for a girl. Yes, is there? No, so me personally, personality is a huge thing. Okay. But of course, if I want to get to know their personality, I feel like eye contact and just looking at their facial region is the best. To not get you in trouble. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm not making you say any of this. I'm not cornering you at all. I would respectfully disagree, but okay. Okay. So when it comes to saying that you like a person, I mean, for guys, I know this could be very nerve-wracking as well. But when it comes to, I mean, girls these days, they do kind of express that they like guys first. So what would you prefer, honestly? Would you like a girl to kind of like come up to you and say like, hey, I like you? Or do you prefer kind of making the first move? You know what? Just, it really depends on the flow. Okay. Just, you know, if things happen, they happen. Okay. Let's see. So I've only told I've only told 2 girls that I like them. Okay. And that was tough. It's definitely a tough kind of, like a process. It's definitely a tough process. So, I mean, whatever happens kind of happens, I believe. Okay. Now, are you the type of person that you need to be friends with them first? Or do you kind of just go off with, like, you know, after the first few conversations, you kind of can tell if
you like the person or not.
Oh, I definitely have to be friends with them.
Okay, so you have to know them for a while,
because
and then
if I'm gonna be in a relationship with them, they have to be my best friend. I feel like they might as well be my best friend.
Okay,
so
all right.
Yeah.
You said that you do kind of hold grudges. Now, how long do these grudges go?
No. What I meant by that was I do tend to bottle things up.
Okay.
Grudges. No, I'm very kind of open-minded, and I'm more on the forgiving kind of side.
Mm-hmm.
So I just let things slide a lot, almost to the point where people have called me a pushover.
Okay.
But I mean that's just me, so that's completely fine. But yes, I do tend to bottle things up emotionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you put it out later, either through exercise or
music. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, we put you through the yes or no quiz. This is pretty much the most nerve-wracking part of our interview.
Really?
So it's unless our listeners want to, crank it up a few notches and send in some really awkward questions, we're fine. So with that in mind, for the listeners, he is going to be singing another song for us. So during the song break, if you want to send in some more embarrassing questions, that's fine.
Bring it on. Okay.
He's ready for it.
I'm ready.
So the next song you're going to be singing for us is a track that you originally wanted to throw away because you thought it was just a little too personal. Is it because you didn't want to show that side of you, or was it because you felt that nobody could relate to it?
Oh, so no. What happened? I was afraid nobody would relate to it. That's kind of the biggest thing. And also, let me see. So this song, Mama Don't Worry, it's kind of like the basic story of my family and how I think of them and how I miss them because I've been away from them for so long. So because of those kind of personal details, I felt like I would be really hurt if nobody could relate to them. Okay. And just kind of embarrassed.
Because it's a very emotional song. It's a very raw track, too.
Right. So I just kind of wanted this for myself for a little bit. But what ended up happening was Anuna at the company, she heard it, and then she was like, okay, can you send this to me? And I was very reluctant to send this to her, so I was like, okay, can you just listen to this yourself? And she was like, okay. And she ended up showing
the CEO,
yeah, and he really liked it.
But ironically enough, I think that every single one of the Korean Americans, if not any person who's lived away from their parents, can relate to this track, and 100%.
I finally realized that after the song went out. So before April 10th, I had to count. I was just super nervous, and I was very reluctant on reading the comments and seeing how people reacted, but a lot of them could relate to the song.
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about me when I was listening to that. Mom saying, clean up after yourself and all the nagging, and I don't have siblings, but we have a big family back in the States.
But yeah, don't you even the nagging, you miss that.
Oh yeah, you do. Unless they start calling you twice a day. Okay, so I'm gonna let you get ready, Sarah, because I know that you need to get your guitar and everything. So for those of you just tuning in, you've been missing a pretty great interview. We've got Sam Kim in the studio. I haven't had this much fun in a while. So we're gonna get a chance to listen to him sing his next song, which is a song that means a lot to him off of his album. So it's titled Mama Don't Worry, and he's gonna sing it whenever he's ready. Perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. Sam, you might want to keep your guitar.
Oh.
Myself from the Philippines. Hey, Sam, you're very talented and super adorable. Can I keep you in my pocket?
You can. Yes, you can.
I have a request. Can you please sing any songs of Jason Mraz or Bruno Mars? Just a few lines. Pretty please.
Just a few lines? Let me see.
Pretty please.
Let me see. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I can do. 1, 2, I'll do Bruno Mars. Hey. Give me your attention, baby. Gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, fly, little, you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be someone else.
Whoa, there we go.
Yeah.
See, I wish we would have like a new season coming up soon, because I'm gonna try to squeeze you into my weekly guest so I can just have you sing all the time.
That'd be fine.
Okay, you know what? Normally I ask these questions, but since you're so amazing, I think if I just give a few of these, I'd let you just read whatever you want to read off.
Really?
So yeah, questions wise, if there's any questions that you'd like to answer, I'll let you kind of breeze through those.
Okay, so this one is from Karis Choi. And her question is, I've been playing violin for 10 years now, and I'm sort of sick of practicing. I've been there, yes. Do you ever get, 짜증나? Do you ever get frustrated while practicing? How do I get rid of this slump? So, basically, I feel like if you're going to do music, it's going to be frustrating no matter what. There are days where nothing's going to pop up, writer's block. It's not fun. But if you love it enough, music can be as frustrating as it is, it can be equally rewarding, and just you always have to have a goal in mind. So just remember that goal. Don't ever lose sight of that goal and keep working at it. I feel like would be my answer.
Okay.
And do I just keep? I'll choose one more question. How about that?
Oh, we have plenty of time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have more here too.
Oh, really? Okay. So this one is from Starlight999. Her name is Nicole. I just wanted to say first that I think you're such an amazingly talented artist, and I love you. Oh, that's really sweet of you. Thank you. You're a really great guitarist, and I wanted to ask, what is your favorite song to play on guitar? For now, it would be No Nunchi, because it's just, I really have fun with playing it. It's fun. It's just, yeah, that's my answer. And if you were trying to serenade a girl you like, what song would you play to win her over? Oh my goodness. Let's see here.
Normally when I ask these questions, I kind of feel like I'm attacking you, so you read that. I didn't.
My favorite song to serenade a girl. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Would probably be like something smooth, like. Something like this. Aww. Something smooth and jazzy.
Very bonfire worthy of a song.
This song is called Gentlemen Don't. By one of my favorite guitarist / singer-songwriters named Gabe Bondog. So I feel like that would be a really good song to sing for a girl.
Okay, sounds good. Richie and a lot of our other listeners are asking where you get your inspiration.
My inspiration, from the most randomest things, from the most random things. For example, if I remember correctly, I have a song on the album called Your Song, and that song, it was inspired by another artist in my company, yes, but the idea for the song actually came from walking from the train station to my studio. It was raining, it was pouring down, and I saw on the side of the street, I saw like this really empty I think it was a peanut butter jar.
Random things.
I think it was a peanut butter jar, and I looked at that, and for some reason, this chord popped up in my head. And it's a long story, but I kind of tend to apply chords with different images.
Okay.
And so that empty peanut butter jar was this E chord, and so that's what I looked at.
With that song too, you had a few artists collaborate.
Yes, I did.
On the song.
Originally, it was supposed to be it was a song that I wrote. So originally, it was supposed to be just a song that I was supposed to sing. But because two new family members at the time came in, Chung Sung-won and Ijina, my CEO thought, there's no better opportunity to connect these kids and show them that, oh, we're a family now. So he graciously used my song as a platform to tell everybody, oh, we're a family.
Oh, yeah. No, but I love the way, because all three of you have such different vocals on the track. Yeah. It was really unique to see how everything kind of blended in at the end.
And it blended pretty well.
It did. It really did.
It's really cool how everybody has a different kind of style and color, but they blend really well.
It really did. What's your favorite type of food? Shreya from Bangladesh is asking.
My favorite type of food would be Indian food.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, that naan bread. Give it to me.
Give it to me. I think somebody needs some carbs right now.
I do.
Okay.
I am kind of hungry. I didn't eat yet.
Another one from Shreya. Most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh no.
Yes. I love these questions.
Embarrassing. Okay, so this one time, I believe in 8th grade, I was walking down the street listening to music, and I don't know, for some reason that day, I just felt I looked in the mirror like I usually do, and I'm like, okay, you're sexy. What's up? What's good? Well, and that day I was just really feeling myself. So I was walking down the street, and I saw these girls just kind of looking at me. I don't know why they were looking at me, but they were. Or I might have completely imagined it. I don't know.
Okay. So you thought they were checking you out, but you're not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They probably weren't. It was all my imagination. I was walking, and I don't know why, but I added like a strut to my walk. Because I was, ooh, work it. I completely tripped. I tripped, and I landed on my face. I looked at them. They were laughing at me. I started crying. It was bad. It was so bad.
Oh, no. It was more embarrassing than it hurt, right?
It was so... I wanted to cry.
Oh, no. Okay. Favorite thing you like to spend your money on?
My food. Honestly, the allowance that I get it goes straight to chicken. It goes straight to chicken and pizza. I don't know where it all goes.
It's just like, oh, where'd it go? And then you look at it, it's like, oh, food.
Yep. And I would find like random receipts here and there, and I'm like, okay, yep, that's a box of chicken. Okay, here we go.
There we go. It's like that small $20, $30 that just kind of like leaks out of your wallet and your bank account.
Oh, man.
And it sucks, too. What cheers you up? That's the last one from Shreya.
What cheers me up? What cheers me up is... listening to good music. Listening to soulful, really good music cheers me up. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I know that you did a few showcases, and I know that you've been doing a lot of different random performances as well. But, I mean, from now on until the next album is out, are we going to maybe see some more either buskings, like sessions or concerts or...
So that's the thing with my company. Everything is very sporadic, and nobody tells me what I'm doing until the day of.
The showcase video.
The showcase video. Yeah, exactly. The showcase documentary. They literally barged into my room. They were like, all right, we're going to LA. Pack your bags. And that's kind of how it's always been. So for now, I have no idea. I have no clue what I'm doing, but... Luckily, I'm pretty sure that they're going to keep me busy. So please look forward to a lot of concerts. Sporadic concerts.
Sporadic concerts. Sounds good. They're about to kick me out of the studio. So
what?
My time's up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah. So unfortunately, it's about time for us to say goodbye. So tell us what's coming up. I mean, what can we look out for? Just a shout out to your family and friends.
Okay. So yeah, shout out to, let's say, the girl who wrote No Nunchi on her social media. Samantha Lee. Yeah. Shout out to the girl that taught me and got me into the guitar, Okay, yeah. Shout out to her. And just to my family, I miss you guys. I love y'all. Thank you for having me on the show.
No, thank you. And I'm going to try to find every excuse in the book to bring you back into the studio as soon as possible. This is an amazing interview. All right, so it's time for me to sign off. We're going to listen to another one of the tracks. This is where he's from. We've got Sam Kim with his track, Seattle. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you very much.